man, facts bro, facts. Lot of haters, tell me where they at though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap though. Want me on your song, throw a couple stacks, yo. Woo! Everybody wanna do the same thing, yup. That's why we ain't on the same page. Do my own thing, and I maintain. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah. So I'm going mainstream. That the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy, but they see where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. And for quit it, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business so humongous, you would think that happens in there. Damn man, I'm all that, yeah I'm all that. Working for that whip, yeah that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have him yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an effing ball cap. Man, I came in the game like whoa. Got a couple chains on me cause I like gold. They told me I'm the best and I told them I know. Cause when I'm in your town, every ticket I sold. Yeah, they saying I'm the man. Facts bro, facts. Lot of haters, tell me where they at though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap though. Want me on your song, throw a couple stacks, yo. Woo! Everybody wanna do the same thing, yup. That's why we ain't on the same page. Do my own thing, and I maintain. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah. I'm going mainstream. Damn.
everyone, and welcome to the Global Girls Championship presented to you by Liquid 5 eSports. This is your host Onyx and your caster as well, and I'm going to be joining you today for the match sessions against all of the teams, against all of these fights that we are actually gonna witness today in the Global Girls Championship. But before any further ado, I would like to talk about the teams. Today we have a different scenario of the teams, different scenario of all the players, as there's not like 1 or 2 countries, there's not even 5 or 10 countries. We're talking about 18 different countries that are going to be facing off against each other today, from tomorrow as well, and aside from that, other days as well. So moving on to the team list, we can see that there's 18 teams, there's 18 countries, there's 18 teams today into the matches, into the Group A that we're going to face. Talking about the teams, we're going to see Bangladesh side, Cool Girls, Brunei, there's Stranger Ladies, Myanmar, it's going to be ID Trap Girls, Egypt, Her Majesty, Flex Gaming from Europe, Easy White from Georgia, India, we're going to see WANNABE, Indonesia side, it's Aura, MAPRIK, Iran side, it's going to be One Shot Blossom, Stella from Malaysia, there's Astra eSports from Mongolia side, STALWART, DIVAS from Nepal, Liquid 5 Sky from Pakistan, INGRID from Philippines, Russia is going to be seen by V4 Team Eternal, the Slime Ladies from Thailand, and Turkey Never Back Down, and not last but the least, it's going to be from Vietnam, Easy Love Queens. But there's always a catch over here. Today, we're going to see not like the top, like last 3 teams. No, we're gonna see bottom 2 teams, countries that are gonna be like eliminated from today's matches. So they're just gonna be eliminated from the matches at the very end, from Group A, Group B, Group C, Group D, and so on and all that stuff. That is gonna be like for a total of 5 days, and bottom 2 countries, bottom 2 teams of every country, they're gonna be getting eliminated. That is talking about the thing that you have to get your points down right. You have to make sure that if you want to represent your country, you have to get a lot of points, all of those scenarios for yourself. Because if you're talking about the whole case of fight, it's not just your tiny $100, $200. We're talking about a massive prize pool of $500 total dollars that is going to be divided into the teams. For the champion, it's going to be $170. The first runner-up gets $110 for them. Second runner-up, that is going to be the third position, is a $90 situation. Fourth gets $60. Fifth gets $40, and the top fragger gets $30 as well. So we see usually that there's like total top 3 teams that gets the prize pool, but no, this time around we're not only going to see the top 4, the top 5, but at that same time, there's also a top fragger prize pool as well. So even if you don't play well, even if you did not qualify, even though if you get the top fragger title for yourself into the very end, you can possibly get that at least $30 marker for yourself. So with that, there's going to be a lot of bloodshed today that we are going to face. And even right now, we're just we're just waiting for the teams to join out their matches. And as soon as the match is going to actually begin, we will move out towards the like a plain path, a plain line, where the teams are actually going to try to overcome each other into the positions. But as we're talking about the first match, it's going to be actually Erangel, and we all know that Erangel is usually like the basic map that every single player, even if you join the PUBG, even if you download the PUBG anew, that is the only map that you are like thrown to play at, that you're thrown to make your way up into the ranks. And even the classic players, even the competitive players mostly play this match. So this map, it's kind of giving equal chances to each and every single one of the teams, aside from those maybe tiny MS issues, MS delays that they might face because of their internet. But aside from that, Erangel, it gives an equal opportunity to each and every single one of the teams, the 18 teams that are actually going to join us here, and at that same time 18 different countries that are going to represent for themselves. This representation is not for the teams. It's actually the representation of the countries right here, right now. But without any further ado, the first match of the Erangel has taken its flight. So moving over to the plane flight, we can see it moving nearby from the hospital side, the outskirts side, the beach side, towards the Lipovka. Kind of like a mid scenario, kind of like a mid bisection from Gatka outskirts toward the Lipovka side. That gives out equal opportunities to the teams, whether they want to go towards the northern region or they want to go towards the southern region, which is the military base and Novopinoy Island. But if the teams want to go towards the Novopinoy Island, they have to actually find a car, because they cannot glide out over there. They cannot glide, they cannot go over there. So they have to usually find a car to make sure that they stay there, they get there safe and sound. But we've seen the drops from the teams. Two teams actually may just clash drop at the Primork side, or maybe even the Quarry side. But aside from that, the early jumps from the teams are like just 4 to 5 teams. A total of 13 teams this time has joined. So half lobby has jumped out at the very start of the match, at the very start of the playing line. But the rest 3, 4 or 5 have decided to jump into the very midsection. But look at that, the circle shift is gone towards the northern region, in which case the Savani shooting range areas and even the Jojapur northern side city and the main container side area is also accessible for the teams that are actually going to move over there. They're going to be easy peasy lemony squeezy staying over there. They're going to hold out their position. They're not going to make any kind of moves that might just push them into the a bad spot at that area into the early stages, because all of the teams wants to hold out their position. All the teams wants to make sure that not only that they get a good position for themselves, but at the same time a good survival for them as well is really crucial here. But once again, we are not seeing many teams early clash dropping. One of the team might just fight at the military base bridge, that is the SCE, and with them is going to be LETRA's Beryllium. The team LETRA's may just fight against each other with the SCE, as they are trying to move towards the military base island as well. So let's go and let's see and how they're actually gonna make sure that their way may not clash with the other team, as Beryllium is over here, but the other player Sony has jumped out of the car. What just happened? I'm not sure why Sony even got out of the car. Because of that, not only lost a huge amount of HP, but at the same time now they've been pushed into the corner side, because not only they have let the team SD get ahead of themselves, but at the same time they push themselves into the backside. Whereas the team SD, if they actually move toward the military base island, they can get the guns and make sure that team LETRAs don't even enter that area from a long distance range. They can actually take out Sony, and with Sony being down, Beryllium is gonna have no chances aside from leaving out this position. But no, Beryllium using a beautiful tactic, just rotating out of this position. It's trying to go into the backside, but at the same time, just look at that. SCE Jenny is in the backside already, so there might be some clashes, but no, the team Dorelia, LETRA, in fact, they've decided to not come over there. They have decided to move out of this position. And in that case, they might just go towards the Novopinoy Island. But Beryllium is over here. Sony has taken a different buggy right now, because there was a chance that this player, could have been knocked out from on top of the back seat of the buggy. So they have decided to change the buggies. They're moving on over towards the Novo side. They're going to loot out that whole a position for them. And after that, we're going to see some clashes as they move towards inside of the circle. Because even right now, there's one team that I can see for sure that they're gonna stay in the next circle as well, and that might just be the team that is at the Saverni, the ETP right now. But after that, the team ETP, how they're gonna actually move from that area, where they're gonna go, are they gonna actually hold out that area or not? Or even the circle may just have a huge shift towards the southern region, in which case the Rozok, the main island, that is going to be into the favor, and the teams that are at the northern region, they're going to face some heavy casualties. They might just face some heavy casualties, but once again, 13 teams that joined the first match right here. And as we witness these 13 teams and 52 total players, we have seen that their approach in the first match is kind of like a slow pace. They don't want to like not only fight early engagements, but at the same time they want to make sure that before the fight they actually get some guns, they actually get some loot out, they get some ammunitions out from that area to make sure that their survival chances are actually high. So that's what we're witnessing right now. The 5-minute marker has been passed away, and the zone has also decided to close in. And as we see, the first circle may just close in. Where is it gonna head out? That is the main concerning thing, and that is the main question, because that actually depends upon many teams on where the circle shift is. Because if it went towards the northern side shift, there's gonna be 1 or 2 teams that are gonna face like a positive review from that. They're gonna face some positiveness from that circle, but aside from that, advantageous position from the northern region may just not be that good, because the rest of the teams are actually at the southern side. But look at that, NUMB has actually decided to fight, but at the same time Climb January that tried to like come into this position. This girl has also been shot at by ETP SNI did a huge damage onto the player, but after that M4 was not able to take the player down. As it was not able to take the player down, they have decided to move out of that position. They got into the safer side, and after that the safer side is over there. But at the other side, at the other regions, the team S2G, they're actually fighting at the Yasnaya Poliana area. Yasnaya Poliana, the fight may just actually, it's Milta City that we're witnessing. It's Milta City. NUMB is over here with 1 kill so far, and I think Sholi was the person that got the 1 kill. No, it's not Sholi, it's actually the player that is a Stacy 32. NUMB Stacy 32 got the first kill for her team, not only the first frag, but at the first frag of the whole match as well. This is the tie-breaking moment against the team S2G right now, and as S2G is 3 players standing right now. One of their players, Durando, is on the other side of the road. 2 players at one side of the road, and NUMB Shelly has the chance of actually taking a look at the players. But no, there we go. They have decided to get into the Tesla, and they've decided to move out of the place. Team S2G is not gonna fight anymore. They're not gonna fight anymore. They may have decided to move out of this position, and while they're moving out of that position, the stopping of the vehicle may just give them a casualty, a little bit slight casualties to them, because not only they're outside of the circle, but they're putting themselves out in the open areas where the team might just be able to spot them, might just be able to use a scope to shoot at them. But nevertheless, they've decided to move out of. They have actually moved out safe and sound of this area. But as we're seeing the circle taking a shift as well, team ETP have decided to move out of the Severny dead center inside of the circle, and close by to them is gonna be WANNABE. WANNABE is here. All 4 players all stacked up at that same position. The car, the covers that they have is just the cars, just the trees, and as we see the trees and maybe just some rocks, there aren't any more rocks. There aren't like any much rocks here that they can actually take a cover for themselves. So it's only the trees, and aside from that, WANNABE is totally out in the open. Team EDP kind of in a pinch position as well, as they're not only at the lower ridge plate, but they have decided to like do a super long split. Hara is at one corner of the shooting range. CI is gonna be on the other side of the shooting range, and Mai and Shni is gonna be towards the Severny side, trying to find cars for their teams, for their players. But as Hira is moving out of this position, there might be some shots, there might be some fires from the backside, if and only if team has a scope for them at that point. But no, nevertheless, team WANNABE has also decided to move out of the position. The first circle has closed up. It has moved towards the Severny side as well, and as we are talking about a hard shift almost towards the eastern region, Yasnaya Poliana is still inside of the circle, and as Yasnaya Poliana is inside of the circle, the team Trap, they have also decided to stay inside of the Yasnaya Poliana. But nevertheless, team S2G may just come from the backside. They may just enter from the back region, and after that there might be some like casualties into this area. But for now, there might not be any more fights aside from the Savani region where we can see the fight may just happen. But IHC versus Aura is actually happening. The IHC that are fighting against the team Aura, they've decided to put themselves ahead of themselves and not only got one elimination, but at the same time Kaira has been knocked out as well. Kaira has been knocked out. The player are slowly and steadily moving into this area. There is the Yasna Poliana, not Yasna Poliana, but at that same time this whole region is a Gatka side, the hospital region, and IHC have got their first of 4 kills. The first team finally has been eliminated by the hand of team IHC, in which case NRGS got 2 kills for the whole team. Mikasa got 1, and I think Victoria is the other person that got 1 kill for the team, and a total of 4 kills up for the team IHC right now. They have decided to make their first appearance into the not only the fight, but winning the fight is going to give them a confidence boost in this area, in this region, and having that confidence is just going to help them into the longer run. And as that confidence may just help them into the longer run, we also have to see how the teams are actually going to make a difference, because the difference is what it is. Remember, there's going to be bottom 2 countries that are going to be eliminated. 2 teams from the bottom countries are going to be eliminated, and top 3 players from each section is going to move into the semi-finals. So not only the players that have a high chance of making a debut for themselves, but at the same time only 4 matches each day is going to put them into the backside as well, as you only got 4 chances, 4 matches to make your way up into the point table, and even one slight mistake, even one bad match can hinder your progress into that whole situation. So not only you have to be really careful, but at the same time as you're careful, you have to make sure that nobody is gonna be left behind. You have to make sure that it's a country competition, and it's a country representation, and not just your team representation, but the country representation is what the teams are actually gonna look for in these matches. But for now, there's still 12 teams alive. 47 players are into the match, and as we see, the Savani is going to be contested for some long time as well, some more time as well. The other side, the school outskirt, the apartment nearby the apartment outskirt side, is the place where the team are actually fighting. Liquid 5x Sky is fighting against the team STE, and STE has taken their first kill in this scenario as well. Sakura got that first kill. Purple is there, Jenny's there, and alongside Yankee. How these girls are actually going to move inside of the circle, that is the main question. As Purple is super close by to the team, as Purple is super close by to the player. Nobody know where the player is. Numshell is not spotting the player. Numshell does not know that there's a person, that there's a player inside of this car in this region. But there we go, finally Purple decided to move out with that coup, but no, nevertheless Shell is going to take that person out. Shell is going to take Purple out, get the full kill for herself, not only for herself but her team as well. And after that, she has not only taken their own coup, but now they have changed the buggies and moved inside of the circle. Is going to be another case scenario. And as we're talking about the circle, let's see where the circle is going to head out, where the circle is going to take its shift, as this is the second circle that is closing on. We're seeing a lot of I say what is it called, the clusters, the congestions at that area outside the Yasnaya Savani side, outside of the Rozok side, where there's 3 teams that can actually fight against each other. But once again, nevertheless, the circle shift has moved over towards the western region in the shooting range, and the shooting range right now is a dead center area for all of the teams. If they want to actually fight into this area, they have to make sure that they find a considerable good spot at the shooting range, because not only the shooting range is super open, if any one of the team decided to come from the top of the mountain, they can actually not only take a look at them, but also give out a heavy casualties onto the players. But once again, Numshell decided to take the fight. The team Num is over here with all 4 players, as we see there's all 3 at the same place, and 1 person, that is Stacy, at a different angle. But once again, Team SCE has fighted against Team Liquid 5 eSports. Once again, getting another knock, and not only the knock, but this time around Team Liquid 5 X Sky Manium is gonna be the one that is gonna face out the casualties. Team Liquid 5, things are not looking good for them, and as Manium is over here, Pluto and Aisha are the only two survivors for the team, and they have decided to not only not revive their players, but have decided to go into the safer side. And as they're moving into the safer side, we can see they're super close by to the Severny area, outside of the Severny, where there are two compounds back to back on the other side of the roads. And in this case, these girls are actually right now for sure stuck inside of this area, as LETRA is right outside of the position. Two Teslas are just been parked right next to each other, and that is showing you how much they know where to put their cars. But once again, Team LETRA is fighting against the Team Trap versus Team LETRA is happening, and as we see Team Trap facing the casualties, as Trist is no longer into the game. Triss is no longer into the game. Plu, Rai, and Yingri is the only person standing for the team. 3-man, 3-girl squad against the team that was super close by to them. LETRA was the players. LETRA was the team. Delirium got the first kill for the team as well. But right now, after that, the casualties have stopped considerably. But once again, OPM has decided to take a fight. OPM decided to do some damage onto the Team Trap as well. In which case scenario, the fights, the things that actually hit out the players, hit out the teams, but not the elimination. The elimination was not enough. The damage was not enough for the elimination. But once again, the circle is actually closing on. Teams are decided to make a new move into this area, and as we see Review being knocked out, bleeding out into this area, the shooting range outside. How is this person actually going to be saved out? That is the main concern, as Duka is the one that is on top of the mountain. And I've already told you, the players that are on top of the mountain, they have a beautiful angle in the shooting range side, in the main area of the shooting range side, and they have to be really careful into this area. They have to be really careful on what their next move is going to be, how they're going to actually make a move. LETRA also fighting with the Team NUMB, in fact, and not Dumb, my bad on that. But once again, the players have decided to take a fight. WANNABE fighting with the Team Slime. Slime is facing heavy casualty, as there's only two players surviving right now. Right in front of them, it's going to be WANNABE, and as we see WANNABE Emin being super out in the open, kind of like a bad situation for them. Bear Golu is going to be over here. Golu has decided to take the fight, and with that fire, Lynx, who has been eliminated, got not only one but two teams total out of the match, back to back. One was from Team LETRA, one was from Team WANNABE, and from the number of 12 teams total that are still surviving, we have moved into the total of 10 teams, 32 players, 5 kills for the Team WANNABE right over here. Team Liquid 5 eSports versus Team SC is also happening. They're all actually fighting against each other as well, and with the Team SC having 4 kills so far, we can conclude that yes, they have also decided to take out a full elimination on another team as well. So with that, our number has been reduced to top 9, 30 players that are still surviving. But remember, there's still 2 teams that are still going to face casualties, that are still going to go outside of the lobby. They're going to move into the lobby and not going to receive a single point aside from their kill section. CG's over here. Mr. Misgaba is here right in front of the team as well. But as we see CG Fancy being knocked out, kind of like in a bad situation. Z is over here. Pui, the Team 6 is here. Pew Pew. In fact, my bad on that. It's Pew Pew, and there's MSM, Bing, these 3 girls, and the 4-1. I cannot read the name for some reason. If you know what the name is into the chat, do let me know as well. But once again, we have decided to move into the fights. We have the team have actually are moving inside of the circle as well, and moving towards the circle side, circle rotation. We can actually see, just look at that, the circle has decided to move towards the Severny side. Still, Severny is still inside of the circle. All of the Severny, not just a quarter, not just half of the Severny, but the full Severny is still inside of the circle. Whereas the team that are inside of the Severny as well, they're actually fighting against each other. ETP, my just got 2 grenades on her back to back, but no, not the elimination on her, as the damage was really down to nothing over towards this girl. But me, once again, 3 kits into her hand, but the grenades that are making their way inside of this area towards this girl, that can be a heavy casualty, that can be a bad factor for this girl right now. And as their team LETRA, that is like all 4 players standing into this whole kit scenario, how the team is actually going to survive, how the team is actually going to make their way, that is the main concern. WANNABE has also decided to take the fight there. As they're fighting, we have also decided to see the team LETRA finally decided to take a rush onto the player. Sony is the person, Sony is the girl that has decided to rush over towards the house, but not knowing that the player that was over here has decided to jump out and move a 1 house back into the area. Inside of the back house, let's see and let's find out how Mai is actually going to survive, because last time we saw her there were 3 kids on her, but now she had decided to use 2 of them so far, and after that 2 first aid kits are being used, now she's only left with 1. But once again, Team Trap is also fighting with the S2G. S2G is kind of in a pinch spot as well, and as they're facing some casualties onto them, 1 player is knocked down. Mary's in the front side with the Molotov in hand, but there goes the Molly. Can this Molly make a difference? Can this Molly force the player to come out of that house, to come out of that position? In which case, yes, Blue Blue is the person that deadly face some damage onto her side, but not the elimination. They still decided to survive. Trap Pew Pew is the final player standing for the team, as Jing has also been knocked out. The number of the teams are still on the 9 section. They are still seeing 9 teams still being alive, 29 players alive into the lobby. Jing still trying to call out the players, I'm not sure, but as we see, Team LETRA also decided to use those grenades finally to get some knocks onto the players. Maybe this is the time that they're gonna actually go and rush over towards the player. The grenade just came and went right outside of the place. That was a sad grenade from the Team LETRA side as well, but once again the grenade is coming. The damage was almost nigh over there. Like a millisecond difference could have been another knock for the player, but once again the grenades, they're not stopping. They're not stopping into the area. But we see IHC fighting with the LETRA as well. Opium got another knock of the 2A. Duka has been knocked out. 2 players. Mikasa also has been knocked out, leaving only Victoria, as Victoria got a Molly on her. There we have it, the elimination from the Team LETRA. 8 kills, there's 4 players alive. That is just amazing on towards these girls. Team IC also has been moved towards the lobby side, leaving only 8 teams. And remember, now is the time that 1 team that is gonna actually face elimination is gonna face 1 a point for themselves as well. That is almost like a down to nothing, but that 1 point can also be your savior for the thing as well. But once again, ETP is fighting with the CG as well. CG versus ETP is happening, and as we see ETP being alive with 2 players, the team CG, in fact, on the other hand, is alive with all 4 of their players surviving. That can be a bad thing for the team, but once again, Team CG, Lucid fighting with the CG as well, ETP fighting with the Lucid as well. Bing has been knocked out. Pew Pew is over here as well. Pew Pew is giving out that ref, maybe she is trying to give out that ref, but no, that is not gonna be possible, as CG Bad Girl was over here, but no, Pew Pew got that 1v1 fight into her favor. She got that knock, and at that same time we can see Bing coming into the area for the elimination. The other player, the number 4, has been knocked out as well. MSM also been knocked out. That has been revved out right over here. All 4 players are gonna still survive. Team Lucid is gonna be alive, and maybe they are still gonna be facing some teams with all 4 of their players are surviving. But Team CG, we saw a 4 players a while ago, but right now there's only 1 player surviving. What is going on with these girls? What is going on with the Team CG, as we see these girls are down right to the last player? There are still 7 teams that are still surviving, but S2G versus LETRA is actually happening. Team LETRA once again have decided to take the fight, got a knock on them. they got a knock on towards the team. S2G is going to be into the front side, but there we go. A beautiful fire from OPM, not only just eliminating the player, but at the same time getting the 11th kill for the team. What is going on? From the backside, we can see two teams that are actually moving inside of the circle as well, but no, that is not going to be possible, as we see Team Lucid facing heavy casualties. 2 players, 3 players straight up being eliminated from them, and there we go. The 4th player also has been eliminated by the Team LETRA as well. What is going on with these girls? These girls are on a different aggression right now, and the number that was like almost on 7-6 have decided to move into the top 3 section. WANNABE is still surviving with all 4 of their players alive. LETRA, on the other hand, is also surviving with 4 of their players alive, but 16 kills into their backpack. 6 kill on WANNABE, and the last player from the 3rd team is ETP Mai. That is a solo player, not only for the team, but just to look at that. Team WANNABE is right out into the open, just prone down. If Mai can get inside of her car, if she can like get in onto the car and just straight up shoot at that position, she has the chance, she has the ability to get the knock, she has the ability to just eliminate the whole team just with 1 grenade, 1 spray into that area. But is Team ETP gonna do it? Is Team ETP gonna take that risk of trying that scenario for themselves or not? But once again, just look at that. The smokes are over here. WANNABE Emin is here. And at the same time, Team LETRA may just throw some grenades. But no, the nades are not going to make any kind of difference, as they're facing some heavy and I say a long distance fight right here. It's a mid to long distance fight, in which case LETRA Sony with that M416 spray got 1 knock on the player. But no, WANNABE Golu getting the Rellium down. OPM using those grenades just like jump grenades, a beautiful grenade giving out a huge damage onto the player. Golu and Emin both are down, and as we see Nora being knocked out as well. What is going on? A party has been eliminated, and with that fire, we are seeing a beautiful, and I say beautiful, winner chicken dinner towards the team LETRA. And I say LETRA, as they got those kills, as they got the chicken dinner for themselves. We cannot forget the fact about their kills. That is a total of 20 kills that we're talking about, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, Team LETRA got not only the chicken dinner for themselves, but at that same time 20 kills. At number 20 kill marker that has been set from their side is just going to be insane. At the same time, on the other hand, number 2 position goes towards the WANNABE. That is the 7 kills into their backpack. But at the same time, Team EDP with the beautiful survival, the last player. That was amazing as well, I say. And with that 1 kill on number 3rd position, the survival was great from the Team ETP. But with that, the first match has actually ended. And as we're talking about the first match being ended, how can we forget the fact about the MVP? Who is going to be the MVP? That is the main concerning thing. And the MVP coming straight up into our screens. And seeing that we're seeing 6 kills from the LETRA OPM, 899 damage. That is just amazing. A total of 6 kills, 899 damage, and a total of 20 kills from the team. That is just amazing. But with that, the first match of the wrangle has came to a conclusion. The first match that has came to a conclusion, it's just going to be amazing. But once again, how the team is actually going to face off against each other into the next 3 matches, as there's going to be a Sanhok, there's going to be a Miramar, there's going to be another wrangle that the teams may just face against each other. And with that, the team has to be really careful, because the first match has ended. Now they've only got like 3 more matches chances for themselves, and if they even miss out those chances, that is going to be a sad situation. That is not going to be a very good situation for them at that point. So not only they have to be careful into the next 3 matches, they have to make sure that they actually manage to get some good points for themselves, whether they're from the kills, whether they're from the saving side, from the survival side. We shall know it after some time, but for now, we're going to take a very short break. We will see you guys after the short break, and maybe with the results as well. But until then, you guys take care. We will be right back.
They said, don't fall, don't forget all the things you've been taught, you've been told. Don't blink, don't run, don't turn left or turn right or look straight at the sun. My mind's going in circles, I'm trying to fight it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. Going to the place where all this began. Just start again. Oh, you won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall fast to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found. And you can't start again until you break down. Break down. Until you break down. They said, be meek. Look beneath the bed before you go to sleep. Keep on, I shine. You'll surely get burned if you reach out and touch. My mind is a battle, I'm trying to hide it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. Going to the place where all this began. Just start again. Won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall fast to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found. And you can't start again until you break down. Break down. Until you break down. Oh, you won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall fast to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found. And you can't start again until you break down. Hold on, hold on. You're not lost, you're not lost. Hold on, hold on. You're not lost, you're not They said, don't fall. Don't forget all the things you've been taught, you've been told. Don't blink, don't run. Don't turn left or turn right or look straight at the sun. My mind's going in circles, I'm trying to fight it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. Going to the place where all this began. Just start again. Oh, you won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall fast to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found. mirage. My mind is a battle, I'm trying to hide it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. Going to the place where all this began. To start again. Won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall first to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found. And you can't start again until you break down. Break down. Until you break down. Oh, you won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall first to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found. And you can't start again until you break down. Hold on, hold on. You're not lost, you're not lost. Hold on, hold on. You're not lost, you're They said, don't fall. Don't forget all the things you've been taught, you've been told. Don't blink, don't run. Don't turn left or turn right or look straight at the sun. My mind's going in circles, I'm trying to fight it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. Going to the place where all this began. To start again. Oh, you won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall first to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found. And you can't start again until you break down. Break down. Until you break down.
All right, and welcome back, everyone, once again towards the Global Girl Championship presented to you by Liquid 5 eSports. Once again, this is your host Oryx, and once again, welcome back towards the second match, which is actually going to be the Miramar. So after the first match, after the first Wrangle match, the teams are going to be put against each other into a slower pace map. That is going to be the Miramar. Whereas they not only have enough space to get into the position, to get into the places, but at that same time, as we're talking about all of the teams being into those areas, how they're going to actually make their rotations, that is the main concerning thing. So without any further ado, moving towards the plane flight, we can see in the Miramar, Puerto Paraíso from towards the west side. The plane line is actually from forming a eastern side hard shift, but where the circle is gonna head out, that is one of the main concerning thing, because if it head out towards the western side, all of the players that are gonna face towards the eastern region, they're gonna face some a disadvantageous position at the very starting place, and at the same time they might just face some casualties as they move inside of the circle. So not only they have to be really careful into this area, but at the same time they have to make sure that each and every single position that they actually pick up, that may just be into their favor. But no, what is going on? Just look at that. Circle has decided to take a shift right at the very early stages of the plane flight. At the start of the plane flight, Puerto Paraíso, Impala, Los Leones, and La Bendita areas are going to be inside of the circle. But once again, almost 40-50% of the circle is actually inside of the water. So whereas even inside of the Miramar match, team has just been given round about 50% of the circle. That is almost around the second or maybe third circle of the Erangel. But in this case scenario, there's only 12 teams that have joined us during this match, during the second match. So the team may just not face that much casualties. They just might survive into this whole case areas, and as they're gonna survive, where the teams are gonna move out, that is the main concerning thing, because this is the early stages, and in the early stages that decided where the teams are gonna go into the early stages. It's really important to make sure that the team plays their cards safe and soundly, because if they even give out a slight location of themselves, it's going to be all over for them, because with that, teams that are super close by to them, not only you have a chance of one team aggressing on you, but at the same time two teams making their way close by to you. Applet is over here, that is from the team Trap, in a corner, just stuck, because if she moves, she's gonna be totally spotted at that area. But once again, team Applet, Trap, Applet got one knock. Team CM got one casualty on them, but at the same time, Applet got knocked. Not just knocked, but finished. What is going on? Team Apple, Team Trap, the way that they actually started, things were kind of into their favor as well, but the teamwork, the players contribution was not here, the players consistency was not here, in which case there was no cover whatsoever from their team side, and that lead Appalachia to not only die, but at the same time Team Trap to lose out one of their players into the early stages, and even give out their team's location towards the other team, that is the team CG right over there. But we're talking about the Thrusted. This girl is here with that M249 4-time scope. UMP in one hand, and at that same time, on the other hand, it's going to be a M249. But there we go, UMP fire making their way towards Fancy. But no, Fancy is just going to move out of that position, not even going to face a single shot onto her. Safe and sound, like a good position towards the Fancy. Team CG, they not only now have the visuals, but at that same time the sounds of where the fires, where the engagement is actually coming from, so they can trace this whole area into their favor. They may just be able to trace out the bullets or their locations where they came from, and then make a comeback for themselves. But will that comeback actually be happening? That is the main concerning thing, because if you look at the Los Leones scenario, we can see the Team Trap, the rest two players have moved out of that position. Thuristed is the only person, is the only girl that is still surviving, that is still inside of the Team CG's crossfire area. So Tristed, it's all up to you how you're gonna move out of this position, how you're gonna save yourself out from here, because if your location is revealed, if you are known where you are, it's gonna be all over at that point. But once again, talking about the total teams, this time around, the first match was joined by 13 teams. This time around, it's joined by 12 teams. So even a single team that is going to face a casualties is at least going to get one position point for themselves. The competition is into these teams' favor that have joined the matches this time around. But the Miramar match is going to take some a great amount of toll onto the teams. It's going to take some big toll onto the players, as we know Miramar is kind of a slow-paced map, with, if you're like on the other side of the corner of the map, you have to find a car, and if you can't find a car, you might just end up dying outside of the circle while you're trying to run inside. And Montenuevo side, team IHC, may just face this casualty, but no, look at that, they have the cars for themselves. At least one of the player has the car. I'm not sure if that is a buggy or that is a actual 4-seater car, and that is actually a 4-seater car that this girl actually has. They can make their way inside of the circle, and as we're talking about the circle, finally the first circle is also closing in. All right, and as we're talking about all this scenario, I'm sorry for that, that I did not speak for a moment. But once again, we're back. 12 teams total, 46 players inside of the lobby, and so far so good. Nobody has faced any casualties aside from the team trap that lost one of their players. That was an Apple it, and aside from that, the rest of the players are actually playing it safe. Moving towards the other teams that are actually outside of the circle, we can actually see things might just be into the team's favor that are actually inside of the circle. Lost Leon's team is gonna have a beautiful position for themselves, and the rest of the teams, after 7 minutes, we are seeing their loot section has been done, and right now they're making their way somewhere, someplace around the circle, around inside of the places of the circle, and maybe with that, they may make a huge difference into this case scenario, but aside from that, I don't think so. Okay, so far so good. After even 2 or 3 circles, we're going to be seeing any more fights. But there we go. Team S2G is fighting with the Team NUMB. Team NUMB has also lost one of their players. That is going to be Shell 37. Shell 37, who has been knocked out, eliminated. Team S2G is right into the crossfire of a NUMB. Stacy 32. Stacy actually have a chance of eliminating the Team S2G as well. But no, this girl does not have a scope. Only a holographic side towards this girl right now. But Team S2G, do they have some scopes for themselves? That is the main concerning thing. That is the main question. And as we see Enya with that red dot trying to make fires on the Stacy side, Stacy is just going to move out of that position. Circle is also closing, and teams are actually may just face some casualties into this area outside of the circle. But we're talking about the circle closing on. The circle is going to make a shift. Where is it going to head out? That is the main concerning thing. But once again, almost like 40% of the circle is still inside of the water. A hard shift towards the Puerto Paraíso side is going to make sure that the team might just face some casualties into that area. Any team that is going to try to get inside the Puerto Paraíso, there is going to be a lot of teams that are going to be that have the crossfire set up into that area. And as the crossfire is set up, it's all of the matter of fact of time whether the team is going to be either one of them that is going to be facing the crossfire, or they're going to be that team that is actually going to make a counter attack onto the team, getting that position for themselves. So Team LETRA, they're also outside of the circle. WANNABE is right in front of them. 2 player from the Team LETRA has been eliminated. The Team LETRA that had a chicken dinner into the last match is now facing some casualties. 2 casualties of their players, and look at that. Oh my god, Sani's car almost not only is able to blow up one hard hit over to the anything, even inside of the ground, can be a lethal dose for Sony right now. But OPM, this girl is still outside of the circle. This girl is still outside of the circle, super close by to the Team WANNABE, waiting out that if they actually make a move towards this girl, she at least gets one of them eliminated. She at least gets 1 kill for the team. But there we go. The buggy was super close by to them. OPM is over here from the backside. We can see 1 shot being a shot from, I think, Golu's side. And yes, Golu has a beautiful position. But there we go. Emin threw a grenade. But WANNABE Apari is that person that is going to throw that grenade. That grenade, whose grenade is actually going to connect on towards the players, knocking her out, getting that kill. Team LETRA right now down to their last players. But as we are talking about the Team LETRA, remember This was that team that had last match 20 kill chicken dinner, but this time around team WANNABE is that team that has decided to take the revenge factor towards them, getting 3 players eliminated on towards them. But there we go, team EDP is also fighting. They're also making sure that they are one of the team that is going to take the fight as well. Team SK LQ5 Liquid 5 Sky Manium was that person that got eliminated, not just knocked out but eliminated as well. Yes, team Liquid 5 eSports is kind of facing casualties right now, but on the other side, team ETP that has all 4 of their players alive right now. Hira is the person that was knocked out, but Ni is going to be revving her up. She's going to be back on her feet in no time, and after that, team ETP might just make another movement right away. But look at that, team SC is also making sure that they get the kill as well. They're fighting with the team, and Lucid is that team that got eliminated. In fact, that was that team that got annihilated by the team SD. Not only that, but look at team SDE killed Sakura 2, Yankee 2, and Yankee 1, in fact, and Jenny 1 as well. A total of 4 kills for the team SDE. These girls are consistent on towards their first elimination. That is what I'm seeing from the first match as well, and even this match, they're kind of consistent as well. But once again, let's see, 11 teams are standing, still 37 players into the match. Trap is there, CG is there, WANNABE is there, Aura is going to be joining with a 3-girl party. Kaira, Winter, and Desi. These 3 girls, how these girls are actually going to make a difference towards their players, because we have known for a fact that if you join with like even a single person less than your team, a total of 4 teams, if you join with a 3-person, 4-person, you're already faced out with like a disadvantaged position into that map. And even on top of that, your elimination can be a lethal threat. You have to make sure that you're the 4th person, each and every single one of the players, whether it's number 1, number 2, number 3, they have to make sure that they're the substitute of the 4th player themselves. Each player has to make a part of 2 players for themselves at that point, because you cannot like move towards that area and expect that your 1 person, your 1 player is gonna like substitute for 2 players at that match. So with that, not only you're more cautious about your area, your positions, but at that same time, you have to be really careful of your surrounding, which fight you want to take, which rotation you want to take out as well to get inside of the circle. That are the main factors. But once again, moving towards the circle, where the circle is going to shift out, that is another question as well. And as we're going to be seeing it close by super soon, where is it going to head out? Let's see. For me, I think it's going to be going towards the Puerto Paraíso as well. Once again, a hard shift towards the water side with 30%, 40% still into the water, and the rest inside of the land area. But if that actually happens, it's going to make sure that the teams face heavy casualties. But no, just look at that. A beautiful hard shift with all of the circle being on the land this time around. The full circle is on the land. Beautifully done by the circle as well. But this time around, we can see the team IC, ETP super close by to each other as well inside of the circle on top of that. So they have to make sure that one of them actually make sure that they survive. They make their way up into the match as well. ETP right now has faced out the casualties. Hara was that one that got eliminated, and as we see the team IC right in front of them, all 4 players alive: Mikasa, Victoria, Mia, and Anna. How these 4 players are actually going to make a difference, because Anna tried with that M4 red dot spray, but no luck and no casualties from that M4 for like a red dot spray as well. But on the other hand, she also got that M24, which she could have used potentially, but no, they've not decided to use that M24. They've not decided to like go any more into the fight, any more into the engagement. Have decided to move inside of the circle. They want to get a good position inside of the circle for themselves right now. And as we see, Victoria and Mikasa in a 1 buggy, Mia and Anna may just be on the other side. Yes, 2 different cars from Mia and Anna right now, so a total of 3 cars toward these girls, which they are kind of using to make sure that they do a rotation on towards the ETP as well. But as we see, the team ETP is also making their way inside of the circle, also making their way inside of that position as well, which can be a potential threat, because not only that is gonna like provide them into the same position as they were in before with the team IC and ETP, this time around, Team ETP is not going to have their fourth player. They're only going to have their 3 players alive. So that may just give them a slight edge. The Team IHC may just have the slight edge in towards that area because of that. But once again, we have to see how the Team ETP is actually going to make a difference, how the Team ETP is actually going to survive with their 3-man standing right now, with their 3 girls standing right now. But on the other side, Team CG, they also got their 1 kill. Bad Girl is that person inside of the Lost Leon area still that has 1 kill. Aside from that, they haven't got a single kill as well. They haven't got any more kills. And as we're talking about, no more kills towards these girls. They haven't even moved out of that area. They haven't even moved out of the Lost Leons. They're still inside of the Lost Leons, holding out their areas, holding out their position. But one team, that is WANNABE, still outside. Aura, if we're talking about these girls, Team Aura girls and Team NUMB, these girls are super close by to each other. And as we're talking about the Team NUMB being on a 3-man, 3-girl party, they have lost one of their players. But on the other side, Team Aura has just joined the match with the 3-girl squad as well. It's a trio this time around. But look at that. There's a airdrop nearby to them. That is the airdrop number 1. I don't think so. Okay, nobody has taken out that airdrop. And if someone has, that may just give them a slight edge. But no, nobody has taken out the Groza from the airdrop number 1. The 8x is still intact. The level 3s are still intact inside of that airdrop. So any team that is going to try to take that for themselves is gonna have some kind of advantage at that position. But AMR, we haven't seen any of that as well. But talking about the airdrop number 2, we are seeing finally, and I say finally, a team that has decided to take that airdrop for themselves. That is a Groza, and on the other hand is going to be an M416 inside the hand of the S2G Pena MVP. And as Pena has a close range, disastrous gun, a beautiful gun. Let's see how that Groza is actually going to make its work, actually going to make its way inside of the skulls of the other teams, or is she is the one that is going to be taken out before she can even have the chance of using that Groza. But once again, Team IHC is right in front of them. They have the chance to actually fight against the Team IHC, but we have to see if the Team IHC is actually going to spot them as well, because for now they're actually seeing the Team ETP, and as ETP versus Team IHC is happening, there's a chance that S2G make their way from the backside without even them noticing and give them a heavy casualty at that time. Team SCB is fighting with a WANNABE kind of facing some casualties at that point, and as one of their players, B Nora, has been eliminated, WANNABE Nora X has been eliminated. How the team is actually going to survive with this 3-girl squad right now, as Emmy is in a different angle, if in a different scenario, and there we go, a huge shot on towards her like a car. But no, she have survived, she have moved out of that area. Maybe some more shots, maybe more coordinated teamwork could have annihilated this girl as well. But no, they are still surviving, they are still alive. There are 3 men standing alive into this whole kit scenario. But Dream Trap IHC is also fighting. IHC, who is fighting right now. Let's see how they are gonna make casualties in this area, in this position for themselves, because even one slight move, one slight mistake for each and every single one of the players, each and every single one of the teams can put them in a bad position, can put them in a bad scenario. So not only the team has to be really careful, has to be really cautious about the thing, we have to see how they are going to actually make their next move. And as the circle is going to close on, we have to see where the circle is going to head out, how the team is actually going to play out that area. S2G Eldorado is going to be here against the Team IHC solo player standing. What is going on with this girl? Because this girl is super far away from her team. Nobody's even remotely close by to them. So even if she gets knocked out, there might not just be anyone to survive, to heal their players. And NUMB surely got that grenade on towards the player of the Team Aura, eliminating them, getting them out of the match, moving towards them towards the lobby. 10 teams are still alive, and with that, number team 10s are surviving, 31 players. And remember, there's still 2 teams that are still going to face some casualties and not get a single point. 3 teams, in fact, in total, that are still going to get eliminated and not get, more than 1 point for their survival at that point. But Team Trap versus Team CG is actually happening as well. Team Trap, who is already that solo player surviving outside of the circle, all she can do is heal herself right now. And as S2 Team Mary is using those beautiful shots from above the mountain to eliminate the S2G. Trap may just got that 1 kill for herself, but no, it's not gonna happen, as Team S2G is that team that got all the eliminations over towards the Team CG right over there. Team Trap, they have decided to survive into that area, but there we go. Jingit, how this girl is actually gonna make a difference now, because all she can do for now is hold out her positions, get inside of the circle, make sure as much as the healing points, as much as the survival point that she can get, she has to get them. She has to make sure that she get them, because the circle is not very good as well. Teams are gonna face some casualties in that as well. But as we're talking about the teams, there are 8 teams that are still surviving inside of the match. There are 8 teams, 25 players that are inside of the match. And with these 25 players, 8 teams, how the teams are actually going to make a difference, because only Liquid 5 eSports X Sky, the lineup, is being seen in a dead center of the circle. They have the beautiful advantage of the circle, and as we're talking about the advantage of the circle, all they have to do is hold out all of that position, all of that scenarios for themselves, and not let any team come even remotely close by to them. Because remember, if any team come close by to them, they have enough chance, enough coverage, enough ridges and covers for themselves to hold out their areas, to hold out against you, make you move out of that area towards them, and that is gonna be the time where they're gonna hit you hard enough. But Team SC, they're fighting with the ETP as well. Sakura fighting with the Ski. ETP Ski has been knocked out with a car burst, but there we go. SLR against WANNABE. Once again, 2 shots on towards the girl, but not the elimination. The girl survived. Purple beautifully did that SLR shots, but not enough for the elimination. But once again, the tap fires are actually happening. The circle is also closing on. Team has to be really careful. But look at that ETP. My god, Purple not only down, but at the same time Sakura is knocked out as well. Yankee is the last player surviving, but there we go. Yankee as being the final hope of the team. How this girl is actually going to hold out that area, and as we see, the WANNABE against these girls. ST is that team that is going to face the casualty, that is going to move inside of the lobby side. And look at that, Team WANNABE having the upper hand, having 3 players, getting all of the kills of that Team ST for themselves. A total of 7 kills and top 4 position survive, secured for now. But once again, Team WANNABE right after the Team STE, they have moved towards the IHC. IHC side, they have seen the players. Anna has been knocked out, which is also being revived out at the same position. And revival is actually going to be successful in this area. But Team S2G, look at these girls, look at these players. That as S2G, all of the players were almost dead. To El Dorado was the only person that not only healed up every single one of the players, survived every single one of the players, but at the same time secured all of their lives right here, right now. And after that, they're definitely going to move inside of the circle. Now, this is the time to move inside the circle, because there's only 3 seconds that the circle is actually going to start. Team S2G is making their way inside of the circle, but they don't know that the Liquid 5 eSports X Sky lineup is going to be right in front of them. And as we're seeing them right in front of them, Mary got 1 knock and at the same time got knocked out as well. So that was a trade knock somewhere around that area. And Netta is also here. But once again, let's see if they're actually going to be able to face off against the Team Liquid 5 eSports right here, right now. But there we go. Grenade came in. Not enough for the elimination. Not enough for the damage as well. But Mary has to be revived. Team Liquid 5 eSports are there over here. But there we go. A beautiful fire from the Pluto side. A beautiful aggression from the Pluto side. Not only got the second knock onto towards the player as well, but at the same time, Pluto is changing out the directions. Pluto is making sure that she comes from a different angle, but IHC is not going to let that happen. Pluto has been spotted, eliminated. IHC got all of the Team Liquid 5 eSports right eliminated at that point, and 1 kill goes towards the Team S2G as well. 9 kills so far. S2G once again is down to the last player as well. That is going to be Pena over here, and as Pena is giving out that rev, El Dorado also has been revved out, given out a straight up coming towards the rev side as well. Mary and Renetta also going to be revved out. Once again, Team S2G have decided to heal up all of their players. Just look at that. I'm really impressed by their consistency, like the way that they actually heal up all of their players, the way that they actually make sure that all of their players survive. That is just amazing. But once again, Team S2G got one knock. IHC is fighting with the WANNABE with that beautiful grenade, knocking one, knocking two players right at the start, right at the players. Apati is going to be the final player standing for the team, but as we see Apati reviving other players, Mia can come from the backside. Mia can make sure that the elimination may just be enough for the players as well. IHC is also making sure that the eliminations may just be into their favor side as well. S2G is trying to make sure to come inside of the circle, but Victoria and Mia are the only players surviving, are the only teams, remember, that are actually going to survive. But there we go, a grenade came into the place. Anna has been eliminated. Victoria is over here with a low HP, but there we go, a second grenade. Victoria has been knocked out. Mikasa has been eliminated, leaving only Mia as the final hope for the team. Team S2G that are also right now down to the last three players. The Mary is going to be the one that is going to face out that revival section towards this girl. Eldoranda is going to also give out the rev to Penya, but WANNABE, these girls are not making a move. I'm really curious about these girls, how these girls are actually going to hold out their position, how they're going to actually make sure that they are into the favor side of this area. But there we go, a beautiful spray from the M4 side. Not only got a knock, but at the same time, the molly was almost dodged, but not anymore. The fire was enough to eliminate the girl as well. WANNABE B Golu is here fighting against the team IHC, getting that kill for her team. 8th kill of the WANNABE is right over here. We have to see how these girls are actually gonna survive, because for now I think the best place is towards these girls. These girls have the best position. These girls have the best advantageous position for themselves as well. As S2G Eldorado is the one that is knocked out. Mary also has been taken out as well. Arya MVP, Penya MVP is going to be the last standing player, and as Penya MVP is the last player standing, these girls have a total of 11 kills for themselves as well. Circle is also closing on 3 teams that are surviving. Mia may just face out the casualties from outside the circle, but no, team WANNABE is going to be knocked out. 2 players actually 1 player knocked out. The other player is almost dead at that position. Mia outside of the circle with only 1 med kit whatsoever, but no, she is going to die outside of the circle, and with that, team is going to have that chicken dinner. That is going to be team WANNABE, and not only that, they have decided to get 9 kills for themselves. 9 kill chicken dinner for themselves. A beautiful start into the second match as well of the team WANNABE as well. But IHC, if we're talking about them, that is going to be 9 kills as well. Team S2G, they're going to face 11 kills over towards the 3rd position. So that is all for the top 3. A total of 12 teams joined, so somewhere around that area, each and every single one of the team at least got 1 position point for themselves. But with that, the second match has came to a conclusion, in which case team WANNABE is that team that got that chicken dinner for themselves. Talking about the MVP, it's going to be S2G Renata with that 6 kill, 563 damage, somewhere around that area. 1 kill maybe was stolen off that side, but aside from that, all the other kills are towards this girl. But with that, also the second match has also ended, and beautifully done by WANNABE with that beautiful chicken dinner. It's just amazing. Remember, there are still 2 matches left. There are still 2 matches that the team can actually make a difference for themselves at that time and make sure that they win out all of that scenario. But before any of that happen, before we move over towards our next match, that is going to be Sanok, we will be going on a very short break, but you guys don't go anywhere. Remember to stay here. Remember to like the stream, share and subscribe to the channel as well. We will be right back after the short break. Don't go anywhere, because the things are just gonna get heated up, so make sure you grab your snacks. We will be right back.
They said, don't fall, don't forget all the things you've been taught, you've been told. Don't blink, don't run, don't turn left or turn right or look straight at the sun. My mind's going in circles, I'm trying to fight it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. Going to the place where all this began. Just start again. Oh, you won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall fast to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found, and you can't start again. before you go to sleep. Keep on, I shine. You'll surely get burned if you reach out and touch. My mind is a battle, I'm trying to hide it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. Gone to the place where all this began. To start again. I'll see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall first to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found. And you can't start again until you break down. Break down. Until you break down. Oh, you won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall first to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found. And you can't start again until you break down. Hold on, hold on. You're not lost, you're not lost. Hold on, hold on. You're not lost, you're not They said, don't fall. Don't forget all the things you've been taught, you've been told. Don't blink, don't run. Don't turn left or turn right or look straight at the sun. My mind's going in circles, I'm trying to fight it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. Going to the place where all this began. To start again. Oh, you won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall first to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found. And you can't start again until you break down. Break down. Until you break down. They said, be meek. Look beneath the bed before you go to sleep. Keep on, I shine. You'll surely get burned if you reach out and touch. My mind is a battle, I'm trying to hide it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. Gone to the place where all this began. To start again. I'll see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall first to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found. And you forget all the things you've been taught, you've been told. Don't blink, don't run, don't turn left or turn right or look straight at the sun. My mind's going in circles, I'm trying to fight it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. Going to the place where all this began. Just start again. Oh, you won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall fast to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found. And you can't start again until you break down. Break down. Until you break down. They say, be meek. Look beneath the bed before you go to sleep. Keep on, I shine. You'll surely get burned if you reach out and touch. My mind is a battle, I'm trying to hide it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. Going to the place where all this began. Just start again.
Hello, and once again, welcome back towards the Global Girls Championship Match 3, Day 1, Group A. This is your host, Oryx, and once again, as your caster as well, I'm gonna be showing you the matches. We're gonna be witnessing the matches all together over here at the stream, but once again, before we go any further, I would like to tell you the 2 matches that were played. It was just amazing. And after that, the 3rd match that is gonna actually happen in a while. We cannot take our eyes out of it, because if you remember, LETRA was the one that got the first chicken for themselves with 20 amazing kills, but at the same time the 2nd match was won by team WANNABE with the 9 kills whatsoever. So there are 2 different teams that got the winner chicken dinner for them as well. But before we without moving further any ado, let's go straight up towards the plane of flight, in which case we can see our plane flight moving from Kampong towards the Camp Alpha Island. So there's almost a mid-buy section of each and every single one of the plays from the Sandhawk side. Any teams can go anywhere that they want, and that gives them the opportunity to not only hold out their position, but at the same time, if they want to, they can actually go for the early engagement, early fight into that area. So we can already see there's 2 teams that have clustered up, one at the Painan, one at the Cow side. So there might be some casualties straight up at that point, but look at that. The circle has also decided to take a shift out towards the northeastern region, in which case almost the maximum occupancy of the main island is already inside of the circle. Just look at that. Morgana is there, Camp Bravo is inside, Lakavi is inside, Ban is inside, there's Boot Camp, there's Painan, there's Paradise, and at the same time, almost a corner of Hatin is also inside of the circle. But we have to see. We have to see if the team is actually going to be facing against each other at that position at that point or not. Because for now, our main headlines is going to be over towards the Cow and at the Painan side, in which case Liquid 5 is going to be that team at the Painan side that has decided to take a fight, that has decided to take an elimination over towards the S2G team. Mary is giving out that rev to Renetta also getting that rev. She does not have a first aid kit. Aside from that, she has a full med kit that she can actually use, get a full 100% HP, and after that once again get inside of the fight. But look at her HP, look at her vest, look at her helmet, that she has no helmet whatsoever, and even a level 1 vest right now. So she has to be really careful on what she's going to do. But look at that team, Liquid 5 eSports is also facing some casualties. Mary's going to be that person who has given them some casualties. Manyam may just get that rev over towards herself, but at the same time Aisha that is giving out that rev can be in a potential danger. She can be inside of the danger position, as well as the S2G is making their way inside. Xena is out over here in the long range, in the long run, but Pluto, look at that. Pluto decided to take the fight, but no, she could not do it. She was eliminated, knocked out. Xena is over there. Aisha's only 0 HP, but no, look at that. Aisha survived that, and after that, this girl is over here. Xena is here as well, but at the same time, with Liquid 5 Esports being only 2 players alive right here, how well are they going to do in this case scenario? Are they going to be able to take this position for themselves into their favor or not? That is the main concerning thing. That is the main question right now. But there we go, Xena. As soon as she gets prone, she has been spotted and eliminated by the team S2G, getting their first 4 kills and the first full team elimination somewhere around that area. Team Liquid 5 Esports this time around is not going to get a single position point for themselves at that area, because they were eliminated at the number 13, and number 13 does not give you a single position point for yourself as well. And even on top of that, they were not able to get a single elimination point for themselves. So somewhere around that area, now we're down with the 12 total teams. We can say yes, any more teams that are going to get eliminated is actually going to get at least one position point for themselves. We can see it may differ from area to area, position to position, but for now, let's see where the team are actually going to go, because even in a long range, even in the Sandhawk, if you're even in the close range, there's a possibility, there's a chance that you might just miss out that fight, you might just not take that fight. But at the same time, into the Sandhawk, there are always chances from a mid to long range scenarios that the teams are actually going to take a fight, that the teams are confirmed gonna take a fight over here. But once again, let's see, team 22 ETP that are over here, how are they actually going to face against the team LETRA? We're not forgetting the fact that these girls from the team LETRA was the one that got 20 kills in the first match of the Erangel. But once again, into the Miramar, they were the first team to get eliminated as well. They were the first team to die at that area, to get eliminated at that area. So they have to be really careful on what they're going to do, how they're going to do that, and where they're going to head out into this case scenario. Because Team LETRA, they're being faced with the team ETP, and at the same time there's Team Trap. My bad on that, I'm sorry. Super close by to them, in fact. Jingit, Pew Pew, and Rai, Trist. These 4 girls are super close by to the team LETRA. Not ETP, but team LETRA as well. Trist, on top of that, is super close by, if I have to say. And not only is it giving her an edge into this area, but at that same time, we're forgetting the factor that this girl being in this area means that somewhere around that area, she is not going to be getting any kind of cover from her teammates as well. Trap, Pew Pew, remember, she's super far away. And at that same time, Riot, Yingit, all these 3 girls are kind of in a different scenario as well. But look at that, Trish got a back shots on her from the backside. ETP, Snee was that person that got the shots on this girl. The only kit that she has is going to be utilized right now, used right now. And after that, on top of that, she's going to use the only juice, the only energy drink that she has right over here. But look at that, she had spotted the player that shot at her right over there. But no, team ETP Snee is in the backside of that tree, but the shots are on her right over there. The damage was done, half HP. She's right now, Snee, we have to see how Snee is going to get out of the sticky situation, because right now the way that she's actually holding up this position is just by the branch of the tree, just by the trunk of the tree. And as soon as she's going to move out of that tree, she's going to be facing some casualties. She's going to be facing some fires, maybe from one team, maybe from another one. As we see, there's Team Trap, there's Team S2G, LETRA, in fact, super close by to that area that can actually have the potential to shot at the players as well, to shoot at the players as well. But once again, Sony super close by to one of the team ETP players. Let's see and let's find out how they are actually going to fight, how they're actually going to make a difference. As we see, ETP Ski is inside of the houses right now at the cow side, but at the same time, Circle has also taken a shift. Circle has also make sure that it's going to move towards the northern region. It's going to move inside of those areas that are the major hot dropper sections, the Paradise, the boot camp, where no one actually got at that scenario. So let's see in this case scenario, are any of the teams going to move inside of the boot camp? Are any of the teams going to take out the Paradise Resort for themselves or not? Because we did not see any team drop at that area. So even if any of the team moved over there, there are still chances that they are going to get the loot. They're going to get like the ammunition, the guns that they need, the guns that they might just be missing for themselves as well. But there we go. ETP Snee got the knock on the Team LETRA as well. Team LETRA, one player has been totally eliminated, annihilated. Sony has been finished up as well. Sonder has been also eliminated. Team LETRA down to the last two players, that is Derelium and Opium right now. And Opium and Derelium, how these two girls are going to make a deadly duo, deadly combo for each other, with each other. That is going to be a major concerning thing, because even one of the players that got eliminated out of these two is going to force the other player to just run out of that area, just to go into a safer side. And right now, they have a chance that they can actually take a fight if they stay together. But no, if they move out, if one of the player got eliminated, there is going to be no chance on what they are gonna do. And as we see from a drone angle, we can see ETP super close by to the Team LETRA. Trap is there as well. Team ETP is there. There are a total of 3 teams, 2 versus 4 versus 4 scenario, in which case Pew Pew is gonna throw some grenades, smokes maybe at the Team ETP, but no, ETP Mai is not gonna face any casualties from that grenade. But we're not forgetting the factor that Opium right now has a DBS in her hand. A DBS in her hand is gonna not make sure that she has a better chance of eliminating the players, but at that same time that we have to make sure where the players are gonna go, because one wrong move can put them into a backside and put them into a really deadly scenario. So we were talking about the Team LETRA and the Team Trap right here, but forgetting the factor, we're forgetting the thing that the Team ETP is still here. They are still inside of that area, which can potentially give them an upper edge. But look at that. The DBS shots are actually going to make their way. Thrist is super close by. She is kind of afraid to get right in face-to-face with the DBS. She's trying to make sure that she comes from the backside. But can she be able to do that or not? As OPM is right in front of side of her. Thrist cooking up a grenade. That grenade may just be the possibility of the elimination. But no, that grenade is just going to move out a kind of a different situation. Kind of a different scenario. Whereas it just moved out super backside. But there we go. DBS shots on the headshot. Thrist just survived with a 0 HP, and after that a beautiful, and I say a beautiful elimination on once again Team LETRA as well. They're finally gonna get 1 position point for themselves at least, and after that they are just gonna be moving towards the lobby in this match as well, leaving us only with 11 teams alive and 39 players that are gonna make a difference, that are gonna make sure that their team is the one that comes out on top. SG Ski is there eliminating Trap. Yingit has been fully eliminated. Thrist got a Molotov on her. What just happened? Thrist tried her level best that she can actually get out of that position to get into a safer side, but no, she was not able to. She finally got the damage of the Molotov, making enough time for maybe Team ETP to make their move close by to them, maybe move towards them at that point. But we have to see if they're actually going to make a difference, because even right now, the circle has decided to come on top of these girls. They have to make sure that they're inside of the circle. And as we're talking about the circle, this circle is going to be the 3rd one, 4th one circle that is going to shift out. Team S2G with those 5 kills. What is going on? The first match was not good for these girls. But right now, after the second match, after the first match, oh my god, these girls have decided to take the fight towards in the next angle, in the next scenario, in which case right now 5 killed and all 4 players are actually going to be alive. Team IC has been spotted by these girls. Renette has spotted Mia over there. Pena MVP shooting out Mia, knocking her out as well. What is going on? Mary, Renetta, El Durando, and Pena MVP. As soon as Pena got that knock on the girl, she has decided to use use that buggy to rush into the place, to rush into that area to get the maybe the elimination, or at the same time maybe more fights for the team. So let's see, Pena, are you going to be able to get more kills for the team? Because it's going to be really crucial. It's going to be a really crucial kind of scenario. But there we go, S2G Renate fighting with Victoria, knocking her out as well. 2 players from the team IHC right now has been knocked out, giving enough chance of the team S2G to make their way inside of that circle, inside of that area, to fight with the team head on, face to face. But no, these girls from the team S2G, they're still hesitating at this point. They're still making sure that no, they may just survive, may just like stay into a safer side, in which case scenario we have to see if they're actually going to be able to do that or not. But there we go, Mikasa has been spotted, the shots have been done on her. Victoria finals this time around has also been knocked out, finished up at that same time. But WANNABE, Golu, oh my god, this girl, Golu girl, is coming from the backside, knocking one of the player out. But as soon as she got the player out from the other angle, she has decided to change her angles over towards the team CG right now. And as Fancy has been knocked out, she just got the full elimination on towards that Fancy girl as well, leaving team CG with a 3-man squad, 3-girl squad. IHC is facing some heavy casualties, as well as Mia this time around has also been eliminated. Anna got a grenade on her. She survived over towards that grenade, but for how long is she gonna survive? As 2 player from the team S2G just aggressed on towards her. Eldorado is gonna be over here. Same time, Mikasa is the final player for the team. Mikasa is the final hope for the team, and as Mikasa has taken out a grenade, the player actually decided to rush, in which case Mikasa did a beautiful 1v1 over towards Mary as well. Mary was eliminated, but at the same time, as soon as Mikasa was in the backside, team CG has spotted the girl, eliminating Mikasa at that same time. And with that, the team S2G not only have 8 kills towards themselves, but CG also got that 1 kill for themselves. A total of 2 kills towards these girls have also been like utilized. But team Slime is right in front side of the bad girl. Nuha is going to be taking a look at the team Slime as well. Gabbar is not going to make any move. She's just going to be like AFK for the time being, and she's going to wait out for the scenario, in which case the team might just make a move towards them. But on the other hand, team Slime, we're seeing them getting kind of like some damage on towards their side. They're getting some damage on towards them, but they have to make sure that they stay into the safer side, because if they're not into the safer side, it may just be possible that all these windows that they have in front of them, that can be the potential threat that make them eliminated out of this match as well. But once again, team CG has been spotted by the team Slime as well. Lynx is that person that has spotted the thing, that has spotted the person, that has spotted the players. But look at that circle. This time around in the girls matches, I'm not seeing anyone using a heal battle. In the boys section, we do see some heal battles. So we see like 30-40 kits over towards the boys side, but this time around the girls have decided to take the fight seriously, not do with the survival points. They want to get their hands onto the kills. They want to make sure that their kills are what's the defining factor of their team right now, and that is the biggest concerning thing for the team as well. But look at that, nobody is outside of the circle. Nobody is out in the blue zone trying to outsmart the players, outsmart the area. Aside from the Shell with the 7 kills, also have a coup that she's gonna use to get inside of the circle. And as she's getting inside of the circle, we are seeing she might just come face to face with the team CG as well. Team CG, Nuha is over there. Look at that, Shell is gonna stop right here, but before she can even stop, before she can even get out of the car, look at that, team CG is gonna be that team that got the kill for themselves. WANNABE is also fighting with the team Slime's actually outside of the circle, and SC, they're only 2-man squad as well. ZMSM has been eliminated. Slime got a Gabbar, Miss Gabbar over here. Team moving on to the team Slime, looking at their position, looking at their scenarios. Just look at that, how well are they defining their position inside of the circle. And team CG is actually outside of the blue circle right now. Team Slime is actually outside of it as well. Team WANNABE got the kills for themselves. They eliminated the team ETP right here, right at that time, as soon as we move towards them, and getting those 5 kills for the team. I think Bae Emin is the person that may have gotten the most kills, but judging from her HP, but no, it's not actually her. It's Golu and a party right over there. 2 kills, and at the same time, Nora X is going to be the person that has the 1 kill for herself right now. But look at that. From the backside, we can see the team S2G also making their way nearby the team WANNABE, and that can be a potential threat to the WANNABE, as the grenade may have made into the words area. Penya has been knocked out. Penya, from the Penya side, we can see WANNABE, one player has been actually eliminated. That is Emin over here. Emin knocked out, finished up at that same time. Apari super low on that HP side as well. She has to get into the safer side. She has to get into the position and heal herself. But talking about the other 2 players from the WANNABE, that is Nora X and Golu. These girls are actually making sure that their position is not compromised. Their position is a good position for themselves right now, where they can actually survive. They can make a difference of the fights as well. Team Slime is moving from the backside, and as we see, Lynx healing herself. The fight of the team S2G from a different angle is enough to knock out Golu right over there. Nora X is also using the juices, the med kits, all to herself, trying to make sure that she's the one that actually gets out of this position using the car. But look at that, a grenade comes towards them. The car is just moving towards them as well. They have to make sure that they heal themselves. They have to make sure that they get out of this position right here, right now. Nora X over here throwing a smoke, not knowing that the player has been eliminated, the team has been eliminated, leaving only 3 teams right here, right alive. STE has eliminated the S2G as well. What is going on? The team STE getting the 5 kills right at that point against the team S2G, eliminating them. That was amazing. That was GG. Golu and Nora X at the same time is the only 2 players surviving for her team. STE is a 2-man squad through player squad as well. That is a duo, and maybe we can say it's a deadly duo as well. But at the same time, the CG team, they're actually out in the open as well, and we have to see where they are actually going to move, because we can see ST Yankee eliminating Nora and Golu at that same time. Team ST with that beautiful, and I say beautiful, elimination on the team WANNABE this time around. They have a good advantage. They have the good chances of getting that winner chicken dinner for themselves as well. So let's see and let's find out if they're actually going to be able to get that chicken dinner for themselves, because it's a 2 versus 3 fight. Team CG is kind of in a good position as well, as they have not only a good position, but at that same time the advantage of the players as well. 3-man squad, 3-girl squad, that is Miss Gabbar, Nuha and Bad Girl. Aside from that, Team ST is only 2-girl squad right over there, that is Yankee and Purple. Talking about their first aid kits, talking about their health, we can see 3 first aid kits on Yankee, level 3 helmet, level 3 vest over towards this girl as well. The backpack has been thrown away because she don't want her back to be seen by anyone, but there we go. Purple has been spotted. At the same time, Nuha was the person that got the shot on towards this girl, knocking her out. But at the same time, Yankee, who has also been spotted, the shots are definitely making their way, and there we go. The grenade is gonna make that difference and getting that winner chicken dinner for the team CG right over there. It's just going to be amazing. It's just going to be amazing scenario where the players actually made a huge difference for themselves. And I said that is what matters towards these girls. That is what matters over towards these girls. And as soon as they got the kills, as soon as they got the winner chicken dinner, we have to really talk about their kills as well. We cannot forget the fact about their kills, in which case scenario, if we are talking about their kills, Team CG is that team that got 5 kill winner chicken dinner for themselves. And as they got the 5 kill winner chicken dinner for themselves, number 2 position goes towards the Team SCE. And as a Team SCE is going to have that 2nd position, they're going to have 2 and 5 kills. That makes us a total of equal of 7 kill whatsoever towards these girls as well. Team SCE, despite being on the number 2, got a beautiful number of kills as well. We have still not seen anyone even remotely close by towards the factor of 20 kills over the factor of double-digit kills. But on the other side, number 3 position goes towards the team WANNABE. That is Apari, Nora, Emin, and Golu. With that, the kill section is going to be amazing as well, with the 7 kills on the number 3rd position as well. But with that, the third match, in fact, has also been eliminated. The 3rd match has also taken its end, has also taken its finished line. But with that, we cannot forget the factor about the MVP. So without any further ado, let's move over towards the MVP and see who is gonna be the MVP. That is gonna be the S2G Penya MVP with 5 kills, 1 bonus, and 559 damage, in fact. So somewhere around that area, the damage was amazing. The damage justified the kills as well. But one bonus kill. That means someone kill was stolen. At that point, 5 defeats towards the girl, towards the player, a beautiful like number as well. And somewhere around that area, we have to see how the team are actually gonna make their way. Actually, we're gonna make their comeback into the last match, because the last match is actually just gonna be the Erangel one as well. I believe so. It's gonna be Erangel, so we have to see how the teams are actually gonna play it out, how the teams are actually gonna make a difference on towards that case scenario. Because if we're talking about the last match, the 3 matches that have so far concluded, 1 CG, the last match that we see, CG got that winner chicken dinner. Before that, we saw another team, and in the first section, Benam was that team that got the second match chicken dinner, Miramar chicken dinner for themselves. And in the first match, we saw the first like 20 kills over towards the players, over towards the team. That is just amazing. But as we are talking about the teams, as we're talking about the whole case scenario, we cannot forget the factor. And let's see how big of a prize pool it is. Once again, we're telling you how big of the prize pool it is, and the prize pool distribution is going to be a total of $500, which is going to be champions are going to get $170 for themselves. The number 1 team that comes on top, the number 2 teams, the first runner-up gets $110 for themselves, second runner-up gets $90, fourth gets a $60 for themselves, fifth gets a $40, and top fraggers get $30 whatsoever for themselves as well. And the top fragger, we are gonna see it maybe inside of the finals, because before the finals we cannot conclude a top fragger in this case scenario. So we have to wait for the whole like final things, how the teams are actually gonna make it so way, how the teams are actually gonna like make sure that they're the one that comes out on top. But before we go any further, we would like to take a break, as there's going to be one last match, and after this like short break, we will also show you how the results are going to be of the post 3 matches of the Erangel, Sanok and Miramar one. How well are the teams are doing and which team is on top. So for that, we will be taking on a short break, and we will see you after the short break. Don't go anywhere, stay tuned, stay with us, we will be right back.
They said, don't fall, don't forget all the things you've been taught, you've been told. Don't blink, don't run, don't turn left or turn right or look straight at the sun. My mind's going in circles, I'm trying to fight it, getting these voices inside to stay quiet. Gone to the place where all this began, just start again. Oh, you won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall fast to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found, and you can't start again until you break down. Break down. Until you break down. They said, be meek, look beneath the bed before you go to sleep. Keep on, I shine. You'll surely get burned if you reach out and touch. My mind is a battle, I'm trying to hide it, getting these voices inside to stay quiet. On to the place where all this began, just start again. Won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall fast to pick yourself up things you've been taught, you've been told. Don't blink, don't run, don't turn left or turn right or look straight at the sun. My mind's going in circles, I'm trying to fight it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. Gone to the place where all this began. Just start again. Oh, you won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall fast to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found. And you can't start again until you break down. Break down. Until you break down. They said, be meek. Look beneath the bed before you go to sleep. Keep on, I shine. You'll surely get burned if you reach out and touch. My mind is a battle, I'm trying to hide it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. On to the place where all this began. Just start again. You won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall fast to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found. And you can't start again until you break down. Break down. Until you break down. Oh, you won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall fast to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found. And you can't start again until you break down. Hold on, hold on. You're not lost, you're not lost. Hold on, hold on. You're not lost, you're They said, don't fall, don't forget all the things you've been taught, you've been told. Don't blink, don't run, don't turn left or turn right or look straight at the sun. My mind's going in circles, I'm trying to fight it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. Gone to the place where all this began. Just start again. Oh, you won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall fast to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found. And you can't start again You'll surely get burned if you reach out and touch. My mind is a battle, I'm trying to hide it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. On to the place where all this began. To start again. Won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall first to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found. And you can't start again until you break down. Break down. Until you break down.
Hello, and welcome back once again towards the Global Girl Championship presented to you by Liquid 5 eSports. Before we go any further, I would like to introduce myself once again. That is going to be your host and your caster, Torix. So once again, with you guys, casting out the final match for the Group A as well. And after that, we will see who is going to be the teams that are going to actually move forward. But we are talking about the teams. We're talking about the players, and we're not just talking about the teams. In fact, we're talking about the countries, because it's going to be a country elimination throughout the very end of the place. But with that, the final match of today has actually started, which is going to be a wrangle once more, and started towards from the shooting range. The plane line is moving towards the water side of the outskirts of the western side of the military base island as well. So kind of like in western side shift, a western side favoritism over towards the circle. We have to see where the circle is going to head out, where the circle is going to take its shift, because it's going to be really important. Circle shift is the most important thing, and once again it's moved towards the Severny side. The first match shift, once again we're seeing it, but this time around we're not seeing that many teams are moving towards the military base, that many teams are moving towards the Yasnaya Poliana or towards the Milta Power as well, because they know somewhere around that area the circle is not going to be made, and it's going to be really a chaotic situation for them as well. But once again, the teams that have a cluster on them is going to be on the Pochinki side. CG is going to be one of the team, and we're seeing two players straight up taking the cars, straight up using the vehicles to take to leave out that position, to get out of that position for right now, and moving towards these guys, moving towards the Pochinki side. We're seeing not one, not two, not three, but four teams close by to each other. So somewhere around this area, it's going to be a really chaotic situation. In the Pochinki side, we're going to face some chaos around these teams, in which case even a single like a mistake can be potential for them, can be potential threat for them at this point. Slime, Team Aura, at the same time Team STE and the CG as well. All these four teams, in which case scenario Team CG has a better position. They have a better chance of surviving this area, because not only that they moved out of that singular point, they've also decided to not make any kind of grand appearances, any kind of like movement that may just put them into the backside of this position backside. And at that same time, we're talking about the backside, but we're talking about the casualty side as well. So all these teams are kind of like in a good spot for now, but as soon as one of the team is going to be facing off against each other, the rest team are just going to follow up. They're just going to come close by, trying to get the skills for themselves, because they already know that there's not one, there's two, there's three, and four teams that are right over here. And there we go. The fight has started. Nadia actually got some shots over towards her house, but she wasn't like getting any single shot on her, so that was kind of like a good scenario for them. But look at that, Aura Desi, this is the girl that got some shots on her, but as soon as we see Desi being shot at, Desi finally moved into the backside. Desi finally moved into the cover side, in which case scenario she also had one first aid kit which she used, which she got the full 75% health back on. Team CG, Team Slime, they can make a potential difference towards this area. Team ST is also over here. We cannot forget the factor about them. They have to make sure that they are inside of that area as well. Because if they are not, if they are outside, if they are out in the open, there's a chance that there's these 4 teams that are like scattered around the Pochinki side can be a potential threat for them. So somewhere we have to see where the teams are actually gonna move out, where the teams are actually gonna make a difference right over there at that point. Because if we are talking about the last match, remember the maximum number of the teams that actually joined all of the matches were 13. Even right now in the last match, we are seeing the 13 teams joining us right here, right at this point. So somewhere around that area, they have to be really careful. They have to be really like know where the players are. They have to be really like potentially prepared, in which case any of the teams can come from any side. And if they actually do come from any side, how are they actually going to face off? How are they actually going to make sure that they are the one that has the upper hand, that they are the one that has the potential to eliminate the other team? And as we're talking about the other teams, straight up, let's go and let's see our top ranking after the post match number 3, in which case Team WANNABE is on top after playing 2 matches. It's actually 2 matches, 3 matches in fact. And I think there's a kind of like a slight mistake into the matches, because we're not seeing the third winner chicken dinner as well. So for now, we shall take this out of this here and ask to give us the top 3 matches won. So somewhere top 3 matches, we have to see where the team is going to be moving on, where the teams are actually going to be making their way. And once again, as we move over towards the match as well, once again we can see the 13 teams are still alive into the match. They're still alive. They haven't made a mistake. They haven't made any kind of over aggression into this area. So they have to be really careful in this thing, because even one wrong move can be potential threat for them. Not only that, but any movement that can be done with all the teams from the Pochinki side is going to be a threatening one, because not only you're exposing yourself, so it's kind of a hard position. But once again, Team WANNABE versus ETP can happen. But before we go any further, Team Slime has decided to fight against the Team Aura and the Team STE right at the very start, in which case Aura, Desi's in the front side of the player as well. That is going to be one of the Team Slime players, that is Review. But Review, who is in the back side of the sewers area, we have to see if she is actually going to be like making any kind of things as well. Aura Desi is here. Review has been shooting out randomly at the fires. Desi tried to shoot at the players as well, in which case trying to do that gave out her location into this case scenario. And there we have it. After giving out that case scenario, now is the thing, now is the point where the teams know where the enemy is, and now is the time where the players know where the other player is and have to be really careful, because one like wrong move can be their elimination. One wrong move can be their like a possible elimination at that point. So they have to be really careful. They have to be like know where the enemy is. They have to know their position as well, their covers as well. And if they don't know, it's gonna be like all over at that point. So somewhere around that area, all of these teams in the Pochinki side is still in a pinch. They are still in a bad situation, because even one of the like elimination can be potential threat. One of the elimination can be like a disaster for the other team, because there's still 13 teams. Remember, the top 12 gets like at least 1 point for them, and getting on the 13th position, nobody actually want to get here, because the what is it called, the competition already has been like smooth out so much. But there we go, Aura Jenny has been knocked out, leaving only Desi as the final hope of the team. And as we see, Desi actually made a impact at Slime Links, knocking her out. At the same time, Slime Review eliminated Desi as well, getting those 3 kills for the team. And at that same time, with those 3 kills, we can see the Team Slime having the upper hand into the Pochinki area, because after this fight, not that only that they're gonna have a potential boost in their confidence, they might just have a beautiful position for themselves as well that they can actually utilize to eliminate the other team, to get the other team eliminated. STE fighting the Slime January. January finally has been knocked out, finished up. What is going on? Slime, two players. Bingzu also has been eliminated, and with those two elimination of the team Slime, now is the time that the Slime needs to move out of this position, because they know that they might not just win out this fight. It's a total of 4 versus 2 situation. It's a 4 versus 2 scenario where they have to be really careful, because even one elimination can put them even further into the backside of the match, into the bad side of the match as well, where they have to be really cautious. They have to be really knowing where the position is, what the team actually is going to do. But once again, Slime links, and at the same time, Review has taken out the Dacia. They're trying to move out of this position. Not only that, not only they did not got a single shot on top of them, they've also moved out of this position. Now they have the cars, they can actually get inside of the circle as well. But as we're talking about the circle, finally, whose team that is going to eliminate is actually going to have a one potential point for themselves as well. One potential point is going to be going towards them for the survival chances, survival points. But ECC and there's another team super close by to them that is going to be fighting against each other. That is WANNABE. Once again, team ETC and WANNABE into the Saverni side, trying to fight against each other, but none of the team actually may know where the other team is, their exact location, their exact position. So that is a thing that is going to be a potential threat for them. WANNABE lineup is going to be here at the Saverni side, whereas Golu, Emin, Nora X, and Apari, these 4 girls are going to be joining for the last match. But on the other hand, that the team ETP is in the front side of them, is on the side as well. That is going to be Ski, me, Hara, and Sini, me, and Hara. These 4 girls from the team ETP are in front of them, and there's a potential, there's a chance that when either of these teams are actually going to make a difference, either of these teams are actually going to fight against each other, that is going to be the time where the players are going to face heavy casualties. Because for now, I don't think so that WANNABE know where the players are, where the team exactly is, and that can be the potential threat for them. Because ETP, for now, somewhere around this area knows where the 2 players of the team WANNABE is, and even right now, they're looking at the right side as well, making me believe that C may potentially know that the player might want to be on the other side of the road as well. So they're careful. Team ETP is right now careful. But at the same time, team WANNABE, who's not moving an inch, because they know that they have the circle, they have the potential of the circle as well. All they have to do is hold out that area, not make a single move, not over regress over to any single team, and they can actually win. But there we go. On me, he finally got 1 knock. ETPS my finally got 1 knock on towards the WANNABE player who has been knocked out. We have to see if they are actually going to be able to rev out their players or not, because it's a 4 versus 3 situation right now. Apari is giving out that rev right now. As Apari is giving out that rev, we can see the team ST is also fighting with the team Slime. Once again, the Pachinki fight, the teams that were over there, once again, they are face to face against each other, and as we're seeing them against each other, let's see and let's find out if they're actually going to make a difference, if they're actually going to make a difference right at this point. Slime Review is here. Slime Review who is here. WANNABE Nora X fighting with the team ETP as well, finally making a potential comeback into that area. In which case, so far, a moment ago, WANNABE was that player, WANNABE was that team that got 1 player knocked out onto them. But right now, as soon as their players got finally back onto their feet, they have decided to go for the fights as well. They have decided to make the fight scenario for them as well. Hara is going to be there, Apari is there, Golu is there, Emin is there as well, and there is Nora X. 4 players from the team WANNABE. The 2-2 split cell is actually working out, in which case scenario, I think they have finally got 1 kill from the team ETP side, and yes, that is going to be Nini has been potentially eliminated. And with that, for now, team ETP is kind of in a pinch spot, is kind of in a a scenario. WANNABE April, she's over here, Nora X, Golu, and Emin. These 4 girls potentially finally got that 1 kill, but still, there is a team ETP kind of like close by to them, kind of like super close to them. But once again, Team IHC versus Team NUMB is actually happening into the different sections of the match as well, different section of the map as well, in which case Team IHC already was a 3-man squad alive. But once again, they're fighting with the players, they're fighting with the teams, getting those 3 kills for themselves. Beautifully done. They got the full elimination of a team. Liquid 5 is going to be right in front of them now, and the next target for this team potentially may just be the Liquid 5 eSports at that point. But there we go. Team Trap is the one that is actually looking at the Team Liquid 5. Sky Zena is that player that was knocked out by the hand of Team Trap players. The Team Trap that got that first knock over towards the Liquid 5 eSports. Maniam is looking at the Team IHC. The tap fires, the tap potentials is really high, but at that same time, that tap can be a potential threat for you as well, because if the other team has a 6x, if they have a M24, that can potentially put you to sleep as well, put you on your knees as well. So the team has to be really careful on what they're facing with, how they're like facing against which player. But in this case scenario, there are a total of 10 teams that are alive, 37 players that are still going to be inside of the lobby, inside of the match. And these 37 players are still almost, and I say almost, inside of the circle. And as the circle is going to take another shift, Team ST, we can see, is the only team for now that is actually outside of the circle. They're making their way inside. And as they're going to be making their way inside of the circle, how well are they going to be able to hold out that position inside of that? That is going to be the main question, because Yankee finally came into the corner of the circle. Purple has also came inside, but look at that, a beautiful shift towards the northern region. A northern side shift of the circle is going to be potentially like kind of like casualty zone towards the Team Trap team, Team ST, Team Liquid 5, IHC. These like 4 team girls team may just be in a potential threat, as we know that the Liquid 5 eSports is already fighting with the Team IHC. IHC was looking at the Team Trap was looking at the Team IHC. And at that same time, Liquid 5 eSports as well. But at the same time, Team IHC was also looking at the Team Liquid 5 Trap as well. But now the Team STE addition, that can be like putting them in a backtrack. But once again, we can see that the Severny side is still not like finished up. The teams are still fighting. WANNABE Nora's grenade, it's going to be enough to eliminate her. C right over there, knocked out the C, leaving only 2 players from the Team ETP right now alive. In which case scenario, Hara looking at her HP is Hira is super low on that HP. 1 first aid kit on towards this girl, and as soon as the players from the Team WANNABE is going to enter that singular point, they are going to make sure that they win out this fight. Hira is over here. And with that, Mai is going to be the final potential threat for the team, a final potential player for the team as well. Leaving Mai as the final hope. What is going on? What just actually happened? Team ETP Mai not only got that 1 knock, 2nd knock right back to back, and as we saw after like Hira's elimination, it was like kind of potential back-to-back fights, back-to-back scenarios, whereas Mai was the one that got 1 knock, 2 knock players at the same time. She eliminated all the 3 players, all the 2 players, and even right now, the last fight was a 1v1, in which case Mai was super low on that HP. She still managed to get the elimination on the Team WANNABE. Team WANNABE was this close, and I said super close towards their victory in this fight. But no, Team ETPs have other like choices. They have their other thoughts in this fight, and they just actually annihilated the Team WANNABE, and at the same time got the 4 kills. 3 players still being alive. That is just amazing on towards these girls. But now the circle is actually closing in as well. These girls also have to get inside of the circle. They have to make sure that they get inside of the circle. Not only that, they get into a beautiful position. They get into a good site, good position, good location, and with that, how the circle is going to take a shift up, how the circle is going to make sure that these girls have their upper hand into this area, these girls have their upper location into these areas is going to be important. This is going to be super important for the players. This is going to be like super amazing for them as well, on how the teams are actually going to be able to do it, how the teams are actually going to be able to hold out their positions. Because looking at the circle, once again, we're seeing the team that is number 6, that is Lucid team, are the only one that are inside of the circle, almost kind of in a dead center of the circle. But on the other side, Team S2G, they've also got that 1 kill for themselves as well. ETP is making their way. Team IHC is also making their way inside of the circle. And as we are seeing these girls moving inside of the circle, how these teams are actually gonna be fighting against each other. That is the main question. That is the main concern. That is the main potential threat for the players. In which case scenario, team Lucid is right in front of the team IHC. IHC may have just spotted the players as well. But look at that. 2 players that have been spotted. What is going on? Lucid, like the player Lucid Bings and Pew Pew. In fact, these 2 girls are the one that are right out in the open. IHC could have taken a look at these girls as well, but no, look at that. Team CG versus Team Liquid 5 Esports. That is also happening. That is going to be also a potential fight. But talking about the Team Liquid 5 Esports, as soon as we're talking about them, they're only 2 men standing right now in this fight. But look at that. Sky Pluto trying his level best. That is Sky CG Fancy gets eliminated. Here's a player that Team Liquid 5, they are potentially the savior of their team right now. But look at that. Fancy has healed himself, but this guy does not have a Molotov, grenade in fact, but a Molotov as well. There we go. The Molly has been thrown. The player are gonna face some casualties at that time if they try to make it out into the open area, if they try to get inside of the circle. But look at that. Xana also has been knocked out by the circle. Circle has taken out the player as well. But once again, a 1v1 fight, in which case Fancy got that tap fires, the beautiful UMP spray. Only 1 HP was done, and with that, now Fancy may just move inside of the circle. But look at that, with the Fancy's moving, Team IHC is going to be right in front of them, and we have to see if Fancy is going to be able to potentially get into the safer side, because right now Fancy, where this position is, where this girl is, it's going to be really a chaotic situation. And as we see from the backside, we can see the damage has been done. Fancy has to move outside. No, IHC is going to blow up that car. Fancy is going to get eliminated, and with that, we're down to the last top 5 players, top 5 teams, in which case 17 remaining players are going to be in this match. 4 versus 4 versus 3 versus 2 versus the 4 situation. So there are total of 3 teams that have 4 men standing, 4 girls standing, a full squad standing as well. But on the other side, Team IHC is down to the last player, as Anna is going to be the last hope for the team, and the other player, Victoria, she's kind of like knocked out. We have to see if she's actually going to be able to get that heal on herself or not. But talking about right now, Team IHC is trying their level best to heal their players 24 seconds before the circle actually starts, before the circle actually closes on, in which case these girls are kind of in a pinch position. Not only they have to heal their players up, in which case that is going to take 10 seconds. The first aid kit also takes about 9 seconds, in which case that is not enough time to heal themselves. They have to get inside of the car. They have to make sure that they get inside of the circle close and fast. But there we go, the first aid has been cancelled at that exact last second. 7 seconds was the one, but no, Victoria is gonna face some heavy damage on her. That was like a amazing amount of damage, a heavy chunk of damage. But look at that, the car has just been like rolled out of that position. It's a rock and roll situation. Team IHC finally has been eliminated by the hand of the other team. LETRA, I believe so, was that team that eliminated them. Lucid is going to be here as well, fighting against Team LETRA. LETRA this time around in the like 4th match as well. They're making their way. They're making sure that they get into a good scenario fight. They get into a beautiful fights as well. So we have to be sure. We have to be really careful around these teams. The teams have to be really careful around each other, because not only this is the potential, but look at that, a beautiful grenade on the Team LETRA from the Team Lucid. 1 grenade from ZMSM was enough to eliminate the whole team, and not only get his own team a beautiful, and I say beautiful, 1v3 scenario. A total of 3 kills. We are down to the last 3 teams. That is going to be 3 versus 3 versus 3 situation, in which case, let's see, ZMSM, STE, S2G, how these boys, how these girls in fact are going to play. Lucid, BNGs, ZMSM, STE, S2Gs, how they're gonna actually make their way inside of the circle. Because if we're talking about the circle, just look at that in the minimap. We can already see Team S2G is the only one that has the potential of the circle, that has the advantage of the circle as well, in which case they are making sure that no one in their position gets inside of that circle. No one in their like vision gets inside. No one in their vision stays alive. As soon as they're making their way inside of the circle, they're gonna be facing with a huge amount of shots, with a huge amount of fires guaranteed from the team S2G, and in the potential they might just succeed into that area. But look at that, team ST tried to use that card to get into the position, but no, Sakura was eliminated by S2G. Pena MVP, beautiful knock once again, and there we go. El Dorado has been knocked out and almost knocked out. Mary was the person that was knocked out, but look at that, Penny MVP is not gonna get out of this position. Purple this time around has been knocked out, leaving only Yankee as the final hope of the team. Yankee as the final hope of the team. We have to see how Yankee is actually gonna play out, as the ZMSM was the person that got the potential kill of the team ST for themselves. A kill was stolen from the team S2G, and right now with that, it's a 3 versus 3 versus the 1 scenario. S2G has the upper hand. Lucid, Bing has been eliminated, leaving only 2 players, MSM and the 0 person, as a final hope for the team. And as soon as the one of their players is going to be spotted, it's going to be all over for the rest of the team as well. Yankee's not moving an inch, because Yankee knows that the 3 kits might just save him, might just get him into the top 2 section. But there we go, ZMSM has been finally eliminated, leaving only the 1 player, that is going to be 0 from the team. Lucid over here. 0 kind of in a pinch position, as she's also getting some kind of shots, back to back shots over towards this girl, even though there's a smoke wall here. There's a cover of the smoke, but no, this time around Yankee is not gonna let that opportunity go by. She is gonna be fighting against the team S2G, eliminating one of the players. 0 is also making her way inside of the circle, but as we're seeing that the 0 is actually potentially getting some shots onto this onto herself. Elendro finally gets the kill, finally gets the elimination onto the players, leaving only Yankee as the final hope of the team. But there we go, Elendro is making her way inside of the position as well, where Yankee is leaving the fight to a 2 versus 1 situation. 9 kill onto the team ST and 8 kills over to the S2G. If team ST gets the winner chicken dinner, they're finally gonna have the 10 kill chicken dinner. But at the same time, S2G, if they get the winner chicken dinner, they're gonna have 9 kills over towards their chicken dinner side. Yankee, let's see if she's gonna be able to do a 1 versus 2 situation, a scenario in this whole potential fight, or she is just gonna die because of the position disadvantage and at the same time circle disadvantage. Because it's gonna be really important for the team, because Yankee not only have to be really careful in this area, as there's 2 players, if you're shooting at 1 player, the other player has a chance to shoot at you as well, and that's what exactly is happening. It's gonna be a 1 versus 1 fight, in which case the gun change was the key factor of eliminating the player, knocking out the player. But no, it's not gonna happen anymore. The team S2G is gonna make their way forward, and they're gonna have the winner chicken dinner for themselves into this whole case scenario, with amazing, and I say amazing, 9 kills into their backpack. So Team S2G with the 9 kills into their backpack, getting that beautiful chicken dinner of the 4th and final match of the game. Team ST also got that 9 kills for themselves with the 2nd position into their hand. Team Lucid, on the other factor, ZMSM was the only person that got 4 kills out of the whole team, and a total of 1v4 for this guy from this guy was seen by us at that point. But after that, we still haven't shown you the post 3 matches results, as we have finally got them. We've finally seen them where they are. So let's go and let's see how the thing is actually going to happen, because not only that, we have to see the overall ranking results. Moving over towards them, we can see that the team WANNABE is still on top after the first 3 matches. That is going to be position point is going to be 37, kill point is going to be 23, making a total of 60 points. S2G with that 44 points. LETRA, Eternal, even though they got that first chicken of the 20 kill chicken, after that they haven't got a good position for themselves. And even look at that, even after those 2 matches, they've only managed to get 1 position in each matches. But 20 kills, 17 position points, 37 points a total. Stalwart Divas 32 points, Schoolgirl 27, IHC 21, 18 plus ladies, that is going to have 20 position total points for themselves. Stranger Ladies 12 points, IT Trap Girls 9 points, Liquid 5 Sky with a 7 points, Slime Ladies with that 6, NUMB Butterflies with that 3, and after that we can see from 13 to onward, Aura, MAPRIK, Sky Pocket Girls, Flex Gaming, Easy White, Stella, and INGRID, in fact, only having a 0 points whatsoever, even though somewhere around that area, Aura MAPRIK got 3 potential, I'm not sure, position points. And I'm kind of confused, after the case scenario, after we are seeing I believe so top 3, yes, after we're seeing the top 3, the number position points, it's kind of messed up. Stalwarts, Divas have different points, all that scenario, all that stuff. So we're not going to take a look at that as well. We're going to give it to the GFX as well, and you will see the total potential, like position points, the kill points, all that stuff, the total point tables at the Instagram as well, which is going to be Liquid 5 Esports. And with that, I think today's day has come to a conclusion as well. It was great, casting with you guys. It was great knowing you all and everything. The teams were amazing. They played very well. So from tomorrow, we're going to have like a group B, in which case there's going to be different teams. There's going to be different players that are going to fight against each other. Once again, we are going to remind you that this fight is not just for the teams. It's actually a fight of the countries against each other, and each country has to be really careful because it's a country elimination this time at this point. But with that, the final match has concluded. We are gonna go with that. So you guys take care of yourself, and if you like the commentary, if you like the casting, make sure you guys do follow me on Instagram as well. That is gonna be Torix_1 right below my name. And if you have any queries regarding the results and anything, you can ask me over there as well. You can ask Liquid 5 Esports as well on their Instagram as well. So with that, we finally came to a conclusion as well. We will see you tomorrow. Until then, have a beautiful night, have a beautiful life, take care, and Allah Hafiz.